Well, it's a picture-perfect afternoon here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. The roof is open, and it is time for football at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Just about set for football. Blake Groupie is ready to get us started.
And we are underway from AT&T Stadium.
And we will not have a run back here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 20-yard line. They run here with Rico Dowdle, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Now Prescott. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
And that might have been a situation where even though you don't hit on the deep throw, you at least put in the defenders' minds early in the game that we're going to press the ball deep against your secondary. And that can have a ripple effect on how they function throughout.
Throwing, Prescott. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
An early message that this secondary is going to be tested because even though it fell incomplete, it almost felt like a warning shot to get things going.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down. Eluding the pressure right. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete.
You can almost hear the noise coming from the nearby French Quarter. And they're being just as loud inside Caesars Superdome here in New Orleans. All teed up, Brandon Aubrey out for the kick. And here we go from New Orleans. Here comes Williams on the return. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. They're going to start on the ground with Kamara. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. From the shotgun, Khan. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along the route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Working out of the gun, it's Carr. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And now they're staring at 4th and long. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Here comes the Saints punting unit. And I imagine they were hoping they wouldn't need to bring him out so soon into this game. Kick is away and really up there trying to pin them deep. And they'll down this one a little shy of the 40. The Cowboys have it in great field position as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. First down, here's Dak. And that's incomplete, but I do see some laundry on the field. Let's see what this flag is all about. So not a holding call. One of the linemen actually too far downfield that time. That's what drew the flag. Gave it away to start this game. Almost an interception, but instead, a gift. They get it back for 2nd down.
I think I could see his eyes from the booth. He was envisioning the return and simply dropped it. You got to secure the pick before anything else.
2nd and 15. We had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Tough one to retain through that hit. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
And he's off the mark there. Too far behind him to adjust. That brings up 4th down.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two, and 3rd down is critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, the coach wants to see them convert those.
Third down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on fourth. They're going for it. Here's Prescott. He finds him beyond the marker. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. One of their biggest plays of the game, and it comes on a fourth down gamble. So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. First and 10, Prescott. And that's going to be batted away, incomplete, so pretty home-run way to wrap up our first quarter.
When a defender can get his hands on the pass and knock it away in any way, that's usually good things for the defense.
Off the play fake, it's Prescott. He sends this one to the end zone. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked off by Tyrann Mathieu. And the Saints are finally tackled after a big return. They're going to have the football beyond their own 30 following the turnover. Not the auspicious debut they'd certainly hoped for on that opening drive. The coverage, impressive, taking their first possession away with that interception.
Hey, it is tough to play a clean game in this league. Caliber defenders are awesome. You just hope that eventual missteps happen at a less meaningful moment than your opening series. You don't want to make it any harder to get your rhythm and get your passing game going.
Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
From the 34, gets this to Johnson. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Eric Kendricks there for the tackle.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, just find a way to get him the ball.
All right, Cowboys showing nickel set, 3rd down. Carr here from the gun. That's complete to Kamara. And a massive hit at the end of that play. Oh, baby. But he hangs on through it. Still able to get that first down. Blitz coming. Carr. He puts some air under it. Deep down the middle. He's got it inside the 10. It's a New Orleans touchdown. So the Saints making the call here. They're going for 2.
The Saints will line up for the 2-point conversion.
Going again, it's Carr. And he can't connect with his man, so they tried for 2, but it doesn't work out. Could have been 7 if they tried the point after, but instead, they only call on him to boot this away. Here's Kevontae Turpin on the return. And look at this return. Tackle made as the return gets it out to the 32. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Play action, Prescott. Makes the grab in bounds, left side.
You know I love those chunk completions. They're so critical. Those chunk plays, they lead statistically so often to scoring. And then when you get it to a tight end and play action, it's just a little icing on the cake.
And we will not get another play. That's going to do it for the first quarter. Neither side separating much so far. Back to the Superdome of Caesar in just a bit. Second quarter all set to begin, and it'll be Cowboys football. They'll try to attack this deficit starting with 1st and 10. This one caught by C.D. Lamb. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Running for the marker on second. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Throwing on first is Prescott. He's going to push one deep down the right. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Trying to get that one to CeeDee Lamb. So it'll be second down. The Saints calling for a timeout. They're first. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Throwing again is Dak. He's looking deep once again. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. Dak now from the gun. Completed to his running back. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Here's Prescott, 1st and 10. He rolls to his right. Lamb's got it on the sideline. And he's out of bounds, down at the 5-yard line. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal. Dak off the play fake. Rolling out to his left. Oh my, it's intercepted in the end zone. And the Saints will get it back with some time to work with. We've reached the 2-minute warning. The Saints enjoying some good field position to start this drive off. 1st and 10 coming up. Carr to the air now. He's got Shaheed. And he'll take it past the midfield stripe and start the push into Cowboys territory.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
This is reeled in by Kamara. A pickup of 2, maybe 3, but most importantly, Brock, that's enough to move the sticks.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Carr with it on 1st. Kamara's got it. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. 2nd and 3 now.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 39.
From the 39. Hits his running back. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And the Saints are going to have a 1st down.
I'm sure, Coach, the play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Carr. Has him on the quick hitter. And able to get this down to the 15 before going out. Give him 13 on that play. And that's good for a New Orleans 1st down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play, and keep driving that defense backwards.
He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. The Saints call their third and final timeout. 4 downs now to get in. Here's first and goal. From the shotgun, Carr. He's got it. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. Second chance at 6 here. It's second and goal. Pressure coming for Carr. And oh, he got it! Interception! Picked off by Eric Kendricks. And the Cowboys make the defensive stand and come through with a turnover in the final moments of the half.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
He put everything he had into this one. And that's incomplete with 7 seconds left. Time for 1, maybe 2 more snaps. Intended target there was CeeDee Lamb. So second down coming up.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
Was secured by Brandon Cooks. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. So we're through 2 quarters now, still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the third quarter. Here's Groupie on now to handle the kickoff. He'll bring it out from the middle of the end zone. And this drive will start inside the 25. They'll get this drive started. First and 10. Off the play fake, hits Prescott. He lobs it deep middle. Brought in inside the 20. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Working quickly here. Oh, they got it. Intercepted along the goal line. And the Saints will gain possession up beyond their own 20 after a nice return. There are costly interceptions, Brock, and then there are interceptions inside the red zone in the second half of a one-score game.
And if there is ever a time where ball security is paramount, it is right now.
Yeah.
They made a great play. Don't get me wrong. They deserve a ton of credit right there. But as a quarterback, you cannot risk a turnover. It's touchdown, it's check down, it's throw the ball away. You're literally throwing points away with that pick. Well, once we saw them on a collision course with one another, we know how inertia works. The bigger man, he wins.
Carr here from the gun. That's complete to Kamara. And he gets a small chunk there before he's touched down.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
Offense in the hurry up here.
And the Saints, first down.
Throwing on first down, it's Carr. Gets this one to Shaheed. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. That was Micah Parsons making that play.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot. and give your quarterback a chance.
And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that gain. That was Micah Parsons making that play.
Well, that's a tough one because you could see the beginnings of what looked like an explosive play. Let's give some credit here, Kate, to the defense. A great job to bottle him up before it came to fruition.
Into the hands of Olave. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And the Saints are going to have a first down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
So we hit the end of the third quarter. The Saints have it with a lead. Not a big one, though, trying to carry it through. Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. They run it from the gun with Kamara. And with a nice gain, he runs him down inside of field goal range. Call it 9 yards. Looked like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Another run for Kamara. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. This one goes for 3 yards. And that's good for a New Orleans first down. They stay on the ground with Kamara. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. From the 29. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
That sure ended up being worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down, and he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
He goes back to him yet again. Complete. And they take him down right along the 30. Offense staying out there. Look at this. They're trying 4th and 9. Looking to throw. No place to go. They get him to the turf and force a turnover on downs.
Well, this one never had a chance. Between the pressure right there in his face and the coverage downfield, quarterback still should have at least thrown it up there and given somebody an opportunity to make a play.
The Cowboys have it in great field position as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. And he breaks up that throw for the moment. A good defensive play as we hear what this flag's about. He was too far downfield at the time of the pass. Got to stay within a yard of the line. That'll back him up. Setting up to pass. Connects on the crosser. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Flushed out of the pocket. Nowhere to go with it, so he just throws it away.
Look at the coverage on that play, Kate. I love that. That is textbook defense right there. When the quarterback escapes the pocket, and you got to find somebody. You got to go get sticky on your offensive guy. It's exactly what the secondary did, and it forces the throwaway.
He'll look to throw it. Ferguson's got it, complete. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. Now Dallas is going to call its second timeout. And they can take a moment to try to build more momentum after getting that first. Here he is to throw. And the first down pass sent away by a defender, incomplete.
I'll tell you what, Kate, that's a really nice play in coverage. That linebacker looking like a quarterback on that play. Perhaps those cover guys could take some notes and how to stay in position, and most importantly, swat that pass away.
Oh no, the ball is loose! And this goes out of bounds. The fumble, not ideal, but hey, did end up being a small gain on the play. Ooh, bad fortune turned to good pretty quickly there, partner. That fumble eluding capture, and thankfully ends up out of bounds.
Yeah, big old sigh of relief on that sidelines, but that new life's going to be short-lived here if they're not able to convert on this third down.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Intended target there was CeeDee Lamb. And that brings up 4th and long. When we look back at this one, Brock, it is going to be defensive highlight after defensive highlight. And there again, the examples, they just keep coming.
The physical play has been the trademark, really, from the first snap through this second half. There have not been many just uncontested, clean, efficient plays. Every effort's been answered, and that's why that scoreboard's not been lit up.
Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. He finds him beyond the marker. Left the offense out there on 4th down, Brock, and look at the result. A big gain. They got 15 and the first. Dowdle is in. Touchdown, Dallas. The Cowboys find a way to tie it late. So it was touchdown or bust here on this drive, Brock. A field goal wouldn't have done it, but they get the score they needed, and now a critical extra point forthcoming.
And now what I love, the pressure shifts to the other sideline. They do have some time left on the clock, and remember, all they're going to need is a field goal to go out and steal this one in the end.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. Here comes Williams on the return. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Back to throw. Throw left side caught by Shaheed. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. The Saints calling for a timeout. They're first. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Trying to throw here out of the gun. That could be it, folks. It's intercepted. Donovan Wilson picks it up. And the Cowboys make the play that should win them this game.
Well, that's now his 2nd time that he's put his defense in a tough spot. That's a hard thing about playing quarterback.
Don't quit, bitch. Don't quit. Don't.
First opened in 1975, resurrected in 2006. We welcome you inside the Caesars Superdome, the home of the Saints, here in downtown New Orleans. The kicker, Blake Grupe, set to start it. And off we go from the Superdome. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. Here's 1st and 10. Rattler to open with a pass. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel in. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection. And maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
Open man, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
Brought in by Chris Olave. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. Think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last. Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. Play clock down to 0. That's going to be a delay. Now Rattler gonna throw. That pass sideline is caught. Nice catch, stays in bounds, and he's got the 1st down. Terrific job with the feet to make that one a grab.
There's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL, you have to run the same amount of run plays as you do pass plays. And as you're seeing in this drive, you can fall on one side of that coin a little bit more as long as you're able to remain effective and efficient. So far, their passing game has dominated here early, and that last pickup leads to a 1st down.
No dice there. He is met and tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
I think this play is a direct result of his film study. He knew exactly where that ball was going before the play was snapped, and that play recognition, man, it separates a lot of guys in this league and results in a negative play.
They will not get this one off. It'll be a delay of game. On the double. Rattler now back to throw. That's going to be pulled in by Kamara. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short game.
Throwing is Rattler. And that one is incomplete and brings us to the end of the first quarter of play. So, not much to speak of in terms of scoring in that first quarter of play. 0-0 is the score. More from New Orleans after this. The Saints will punt this one away, as they'll say no to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. First and 10. On the ground for the first time, this is Alvin Kamara. And he'll find some space, taking it for 6, out to the 26-yard line. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. From the shotgun, it's Carr. That'll be caught. It's Alvin Kamara. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
We're starting to see this so often, Mike. The days of just having a running back who you're just going to turn around and hand it to, yes, that's still a critical part of NFL offensive football, but their ability to be used in the passing game. Just one more thing for the defense to have to defend. Make them go sideline to sideline, line of scrimmage to the end zone. Defend every blade of grass, and a really good running back goes a long way in doing that.
Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Carr working out of the gun. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. And he'll be out of bounds. It's a gain of 4, and that gains them another first down.
I like the play call there. 2nd, relatively short. Give your quarterback an opportunity to push this ball downfield, but realize this quickly. Nothing development. Get the ball down to your back. Pick up a new set of downs.
And the tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line. On first down, Carr. Now a short one caught by the tight end, Johnson. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the second quarter.
Here's 2nd and 3 to go. It's a give now to Kamara. And he'll bring this inside the 15. That's good enough for the first down.
I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call. Man, they're just running this 2-minute drill to complete perfection. It is such a point of emphasis of every offense, Mike. These end-of-half scenarios to come away stealing points make a big impact on the outcome of the game, and they're knocking on the door here, first and goal. At the very least, got to come away with some points.
New Orleans' third and final timeout. They stop it here with just under 40 seconds until halftime.
Down in the red zone, design quarterback runs are a handful for defenses to account for, but in this case, give them credit. Not a lot of room to maneuver here for the quarterback, and they keep it to a short game.
Valdez-Scantling on the move. They'll get creative here on the jet sweep. Good blocking, and he's in. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score, and Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike, and it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
And now, after that opening touchdown, the offense is going to stay out and go for two. Throwing is Carr. And he will take it in and tack on the 2 points to make it 8-0. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. And this one is fielded in the end zone. Will not be returned. So it'll come out to the 30. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Throwing now is Rattler. That'll be caught downfield. It's Valdez-Scantling. So now the Saints will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it just a little bit over 30 seconds to go in this first half. To throw, it's Rattler. This is caught along the sideline. Nicely done, but right at the line of scrimmage. No gain to show for it.
Well, that was a nice looking grab. Really nice footwork there on the sideline to stay in bounds, but after all that, it's still not going to result in very much.
Here's Rattler. Here's a screen coming for Kamara. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Saints going to use their 2nd timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go until halftime. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Here we go. Here we go. Looking to throw, Rattler. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
A field goal, no gimme from this distance. They'll go on 4th down. He'll look to throw. That is brought in at the 10. And he's going to be taken down.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone, because it's 1st and goal.
Ball resting on the 9. First down and goal. Back to the air one more time. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete. Chris Olave, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up second and goal.
It's hard to play that ball any better than the way that defender did right there. I mean, to stay patient throughout the entire play and make sure that not only are you in prime position to make it, but then once the ball is there, attack it, knock it down, and save a touchdown.
Another shot at it from the 9. Second down and goal. They'll look to throw again. That is caught by the tight end.
You know, we spent so much time talking about the heroics of a game-winning drive to end the fourth quarter in 2-minute mode. Well, let's talk about a 2-minute mode, Mike, at the end of the first half. It might not be in walk-off fashion, but I'll tell you what, executing that here, going into halftime, changes this entire game.
Groupie able to add the extra point. And the Saints are back within a point. It's 8-7. The clock showing 5 seconds remaining in this half as the kick's away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. Fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Now, Carr. This throw left side, taken in by Johnson. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. Okay, Coach, thanks a bunch. We'll see which team's adjustment's going to pay dividends here. I think we're going to play a big role in who wins this one. Certainly a tightly contested first half, and you'd expect more of that here in the second half. A 1-point game as quarter 3 begins. And no run back here as this third quarter begins with a touchback. On first down, they'll start out with Kamara. And that'll be a pickup of 3. They face second down and 7. Carr to throw. The second down throw is incomplete.
I think he just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
Throw left side, that's Johnson. They get 15 on that game. First down, New Orleans.
Well, they finally are able to convert on a third down. And, Mike, when you look back at a box score, some of the biggest indications of how well the game went, of course, you don't want to turn the ball over. How do you execute in the red zone? And then how are you on third down? Third downs typically lead to long drives. Long drives tend to lead to points. It's not a real complicated formula. Stay on the field. The more snaps, the more plays, the better.
Carr now on second down. Throw right side to Olave. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
He's got his man complete to Johnson. And he's going to pick up the first down. He knew where that marker was and made sure he got beyond it.
This is a great example of where just having situational awareness is so critical in the huddle. When every one of those receivers, Mike, breaks the huddle and go line up, they've got to know where that first down marker is. If your route calls, get by it, secure the catch, and bring up a fresh set of downs.
And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
This is where you have to be careful, Mike. You find yourself winning in the second half. Human instinct says, all right, let's just sit on the ball and protect the lead and let the clock run out. You can't do that. Stay aggressive. Do what got you here. Continue to mix the run with the pass. Keep your foot on the gas and try to extend this lead.
And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Here's 2nd and 6. Now Carr. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
He's got his man, right side, it's complete. He's going to have the first down, so they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
The most impressive thing about this drive, Mike, has really just been their efficiency. They've just continued to pick up first downs, fresh sets of downs. We just saw there with that 3rd down conversion, continue to possess the ball. These opportunities to come away with points continue to go up.
So, points at a premium. Defensive battle so far as we are through 3. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. 2nd and 7. To throw, it's Carr. That's over the middle, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Alvin Kamara that time, and it's going to be 3rd down.
They couldn't quite connect there on that short pass, Mike, and I just think it's worth reminding everyone how different the concepts are down here in the red zone than what the rest of the game plan calls for in the normal part of the field.
The pass is caught by Olave. And he's got the first down. A great job looking at engaging where the marker is and getting there to set up 1st and goal. They'll run here with Kamara. And he'll plunge forward to the 2, setting up 2nd and goal. A little closer. Here's 2nd and goal. Again, it'll be Kamara. And he won't quite get in. Down to the 1, setting up 3rd and goal. Now, this looks like a design run, and he will do it himself. He's in. Greg, they did everything they wanted to do on that drive, and now a chance to really make it an important lead.
Mike, with that touchdown there, they're an extra point conversion from extending this lead to a 2-score game. And at this point in the 4th quarter, I think they'd feel pretty good about their chances of holding on.
Significant moment here for the Saints as they will try the two-point conversion. Saints going to use their second timeout. Significant moment here for the Saints as they will try the two-point conversion. Back is Carr. Oh, they got the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu.
I'm always curious how a defense is going to respond. So you give up a touchdown, you give up 6, and now the offense is trying to extend it to 8. How are you going to buckle down? How are you going to hang in there? In this case, let's give them a little credit. Keep those 2 off the board, and they can come to the sideline and regroup.
After the touchdown, it's Ruby to kick this one away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. This is 1st and 10. Rattler now back to throw. That's going to be pulled in by Kamara. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
They'll drop to throw. First down throw there is incomplete.
Defense has a chance to all but end this game, but they can't secure the interception, and now the offense has new life. But is there enough time? Do they have enough opportunities still to find themselves in position to go try to pull this one out?
Here's 2nd down. Now off the bootleg, he'll look to throw here. A throw there on 2nd down, going to be incomplete.
So now after that last incompletion, this brings up a critical 3rd down. But remember, Mike, they don't have to get it all here in one play. They've got 3rd and 4th down. There's no punt, there's no kick. They've got to treat this like it's their final possession of...
Oh, they're on him in a flash, and he's lost the football. And that was very nearly a disaster at this juncture of the game. But fortunately, a teammate able to cradle it, and they keep possession. Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. He lets one go, looking for Shaheed. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
I think you chalk this one up, Mike, to just a rookie mistake. And anytime you have a young signal caller behind center, you're going to have to deal with some of these ups and downs. Every once in a while, they're just not going to see the coverage. They're going to get baited into making a bad throw. That's kind of par for the course. The key is, how fast can these rookie quarterbacks turn the page, move on, and not make the same mistake again?
So now the Saints will use the first of their 3 timeouts. Get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. They're going to go right back to Kamara. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6, and it sets up 3rd down. The shotgun. It's Carr. And that is incomplete.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
The offense staying out there for this fourth down. Carr working out of the gun. Open man is Shaheed. That's complete. And he's going to have a Saints first down. They want... Gain of 11 on fourth down.
And after that first down,